Hello, friends. So today, SpaceX revealed its quarterly earnings for the first time as a public company, and they made $7.8 billion in revenue, and the net loss was 541 million, which means they s- the revenue was 7.8 billion, and they spent more than 7.8 billion dollars, and hence the loss is 541 million. So where are they spending this money? You would wonder. Looks like they are spending it in data centers and in training Grok, and they are also developing world's largest flying object, which is the Starship rocket. They have $100 billion in cash. Out of that 100 billion, $75 billion they just raised when they IPO'd last month or a few weeks ago. So $100 billion is a lot of money. So they have a very long runway, as they say in the venture capital world. Regarding the data centers, by December 2026, they are going to have 2 gigawatt of data center online, and by December 2027, which is next year, they are going to have 10 gigawatt of data center compute online. Now think about that. The entire country of India is going to add 2 gigawatts in next 3 4 years, whereas SpaceX, just one company, is adding 2 gigawatt just this year. So look at the pace of AI data center implementation in United States. It is huge. Also, the Starlink, Starlink right now has version 2 satellites up there, and they have 10,900 satellites. Version 2 are already right now in the LEO, low Earth orbit, and they are now going to replace them with version 3. And the reason the version 3 got delayed by such a long time was that version 3 satellite is so big that only Starship rocket can launch it. The Falcon rocket is too small for that, and Starship is under development right now. It has gone 13 test flights, and after every test flights they're collecting humongous data, and they're improving the rocket, and then second flight, and then again collect the data, improve the rocket, third flight, and on and on and on. Last week was the 13th flight, and when they have the 14th flight of Starship, Elon Musk has said that that 14th flight is going to launch the actual operational version 3 Starlink satellite. Now, Starlink version 3 satellite has 1 terabyte per second download capacity, which is 10 times more than the version 2. And they have 160 gigabytes upload, 160 gigabytes per second uplink, which is 22 times more than the version 2. And now, as you know, the satellites, there are 10,000 satellites, and every satellite has a beam, right? It has, imagine like a Star Trek kind of beam, and that beam supports a certain number of users. So the version 2 had 192 download beams available and 144 upload beams. The version 3 satellites has 2048 download beams and 2048 upload beams. It is amazing. And what Elon Musk, I believe, said is that it is not out of question that Starlink will deliver a majority of the world's internet. Think about that. And like I said, there are already 10,900 version 2 satellites, and starting next flight, which is the flight 14 of Starship, they are going to start replacing this 10,900 version 2 satellites with version 3 satellites. Now, who is the competition for Starlink in America? Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin wants to compete. It wants to get into the same business of satellite internet, and they have got FCC approval to launch 5,000 satellites by 2028. So not 2026, not 2027. In 2028, they will have 5,000 satellites, whereas Starlink today has 10,900 satellites. And today they have 12 million paying customers. And out of those 12 million, 1.4 million customers they just added last 3 months. All the major airlines of the world are cutting their plane and putting Starlink antenna so that passengers on the plane can get high speed internet. All the major ships are retrofitting themselves with Starlink antennas. All the major cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and all, they are implementing Starlink satellites. Even a lot of trains in Europe, they are cutting the railway carriage bogies of the train, passenger train, and putting Starlink satellite antennas over there. So by 2028, when Amazon or Blue Origin, which is obviously owned by Jeff Bezos, when they have 5,000 satellites, imagine how far ahead Starlink is going to be, and will there be even a market for Blue Origin to compete with? This is the brutal truth of business. When somebody has a first mover advantage, and if they have a massive lead of years and years before somebody starts, it is very difficult to catch up. But if there is one person who can do that, it is Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos has a patience of a monk, and he has infinite money. He has more than enough money, and he has more than enough motivation and focus to get this thing done. So we wish good luck. I wish good luck to Blue Origin, and let there be a lot of competition in space internet, so that we as customers will benefit. And I haven't even mentioned the government of China. They are also planning to create their own constellation, and I think India is also planning to do that, and European Union, of course, is also planning to do that. But right now, there is only one company that is dominating the space-based internet, and that is SpaceX. They have the satellites, they have the rockets, and they have the money, and they have a very charismatic founder CEO who is willing to do whatever it takes to maintain this lead. Will SpaceX be able to hold this massive lead of space-based internet? Well, time will tell. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, bye bye.